Come on! Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Johnny on Fire, where we take great recipes and we cook them on fire. Now, we've got some ingredients here, but we don't have anyone to help us put it together. Only we had someone from New England on the crew who could help us.
You need a New Englander?
Are you from?
Oh, I'm 1,000% from New England. I will come and help you out with this.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
This is Luke Smith.
Hey, how's it going?
He's one of the great crew here on Johnny on Fire with WPBS.
Good to see you, Johnny, as always.
Well, good to see you too. Thank you for helping me now. So let's talk about what some of our ingredients are. Obviously, these are clams. These are big.
Yeah, I think we've got enough here to make some New England stuffies.
Okay.
Are you familiar with stuffies?
Is it like Clams Casino?
It's a little bit. It's easy to mix them up. The difference being that instead of like breading them and filling in, like making the clam filling, we're gonna make like a clam stuffing that you're gonna bake inside the clam.
I like this.
You mentioned the ingredients.
Yeah.
We gotta start there. We've got our quahog clams. We've got some sausage. We got a bell pepper, some lemon.
This for us to drink?
This is gonna be for steaming the clams. So we're gonna steam them in the cast iron in the wood fire.
Okay.
And it's gonna add more of like a complex taste to it.
So the fire is lit. Since you're on the crew, you know how this goes. It's time for us to get started.
Yeah, let's get moving. All right, so the first thing we wanna do is prep these clams.
Okay, so grab that bowl right there. So here's the thing, guys. You should always rinse your clams, always. If you've ever been to the Fire Hall Clam Bake, a lot of them, they do a great job, but they're making so many of them, they don't wash them out correctly. You wanna run them under water, you wanna soak them, and you wanna let the sand filter out of them.
And when I pulled some of these clams out, I noticed they were like still kind of sandy, they were still kind of dirty. They smelled like Boston Harbor. If you've ever been to Boston Harbor, doesn't smell great. Doesn't smell fantastic.
All right, so I'm rinsing those off. We'll scrub them up a little bit. Now, we're gonna take some ingredients and combine them, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we gotta start by chopping up our vegetables.
Yes.
All
So
right.
we're gonna start with chopping up our onion and our pepper. And I'm gonna move the sausage out of the way here.
Okay.
I'm gonna move the white wine. And what do we think? Big knife, small knife?
Always the big knife.
An aggressive large knife?
Always the big knife.
How do you feel about chopping the celery? I like chopping the ends off first. I don't like
Okay.
that white bit.
All right, get rid of it. I'm gonna go over here and clean the clams real quick. I'm gonna bring them back
Perfect.
over so everybody can see. While you're doing that, here they are. They're back in their natural habitat.
It's just swimming in the sea.
So yeah,
It's the Sea of Spizana.
if you take them and you move them around, you'll see the water gets more and more cloudy, and that's the sand coming out of them. And of course, the outside of the shell has it too. The tastier they will be later on, and you won't have that kind of stuff in your dish.
And those clams taste delicious when they come right out. Even if we don't make them for stuffies, you can still snack on them. And they just taste so delicious, like right after you steam them. Especially with that white wine, it's just gonna taste delicious.
I'm gonna clear the water here. The good news is we've already been cleaning these before we started filming, so
Yeah,
I just thought
we love a little early preparation.
I thought it would be important though that just people do understand that. So while you're doing that, I'm gonna line these up.
I'm so particular with cutting my veggies. I'm such a perfectionist. it's
So
crazy.
how we're gonna cook these clams, we're going to cook them right in the wood fire. We're gonna add the moisture so that way they steam. I'm gonna throw a little cover over the top too, so that way the clam itself doesn't burn.
Is it possible to cook them in the wood fire?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
We're gonna do that. Now, I happen to know of an Italian restaurant that does linguine and clam sauce.
Yeah.
And this is how they do it. They just do it in a pan on the stovetop. They open the clams up. They just steam them in some white wine. They don't have to bury them or anything like that. I know we talked about steaming them in water like a clam bake.
Yeah.
But this is going to be way better.
I remember immediately when you mentioned that typically people like to use little necks. People even use little necks for stuffies. But we wanted big clams for this. Like we didn't want a small clam to put stuffies in.
You know what we should do? We're gonna put wine in here. Let's throw some butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
While I chop the celery up. Not the fastest cutter.
And then you're gonna have to, I'm just gonna break it off. And I'm just gonna put it in various places around here. Grab the wine for me.
Gotcha. A little Sauvignon. And we gotta save a little bit of that for the stuffing mixture that we'll need.
Okay.
And celery is just going all over the place.
How about half a bottle?
That should be perfect.
Okay. Now, if Julia Child were here, she'd pour a glass for herself.
All right. I can't get caught on camera doing that.
Woo! Look at these bad boys.
Oh. Oh my Lord, look at those.
All that wine and butter.
Those are beautiful.
All baked up
broth
nice.
looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Those cooked up nice.
We need to let them cool down because they're
Yeah.
very hot. We're gonna chop them up and add them to our mixture. So, what is our mixture?
So our mixture consists of an Italian sausage. I chose Gianelli's. We've got some breadcrumbs right here. We got some Old Bay seasoning, 'cause you can't go wrong with Old Bay
Yeah.
seafood seasoning.
Traditional.
We're gonna mince up some garlic, and then our vegetables that we just spent all that time chopping up while those were steaming.
Well, what do you want to add to the bowl first?
Let's start with the meat mixture. So I'll start this. I'm just gonna put that right in there. Oh. There we go.
Okay.
They say I'm a messy. They say I'm a messy cook.
Then our veg.
There's all that veg just right in there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Look at the color.
We're putting some breadcrumbs in there. Whole thing.
Okay. Cheese.
Yeah, let's throw the Parmesan in there, and I'm gonna quickly mince up this garlic. You need about 2 cloves.
Can I eat a clam while we're waiting?
Oh, totally.
It might be really hot.
We got so many clams in there.
Let's look. Well, I'll get some juice. You gotta. We were talking about this using the clamshell as a spoon.
Yeah.
It is.
We gotta drink some of that broth later.
It is super hot though. Super hot. I'm gonna wait. It's hot. I don't want to burn my mouth. Not on TV. I got family watching. They'll get scared. All right.
God, I am struggling.
You want me to help you with this?
Yes, this would be great. I'm gonna move around over here.
Okay.
How hot is this?
It's hot.
Oh yeah.
Hotter than I thought.
Handle with glove.
You ready?
Just gotta mash that thing. Boom.
Boom.
Look at that. See, when I'm home, I'm typically using like 7 cloves. I'm typically using like 7 cloves of garlic.
Right. That's why nobody likes you at work.
I'm a big garlic user.
All right. Garlic.
Let's switch places and switching back.
Okay. Stir.
Yeah, now we're gonna mix that whole thing up.
Is there any liquid involved in this or
Yeah,
not?
let's put the wine and we're gonna pour some of that clam broth in there. So you've got the flavor of the clams
Do it.
mixed with the wine.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, this looks fantastic.
Clam broth.
You shovel that in there. Wait, hold on. Is that still? That's still hot.
It's hot.
Start shoveling it in with the clams.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And then they usually give you measurements, but just throw the Old Bay in there.
Old Bay at will. Old Bay till your heart says stop. Oh. All right.
That might have been a little bit too much Old Bay.
No. No.
While you do that, I'm gonna chop up these lemons because you can't have seafood without a nice little lemon wedge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Might be a little quicker.
I'm gonna add a little more broth. We'll just take it right out of here. Like this.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming the more broth, the less dry
Yeah.
it'll be. You know what though?
It'll fluff up a little bit.
Needs more wine. I'm not from New England, but I know how you people are. You like your wine. Oh, it smells good now.
Oh yeah. I told you it's got a complex scent to it.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait a few minutes for the clams to cool so we don't burn our hands.
While we do that, we can
And
deal with this
then
parsley.
we're gonna stuff these stuffies.
Yeah.
So we've given the clams time to cool.
Yeah, they're much cooler now.
And now we're gonna chop the meat. So what do we just open them up?
Pretty much just take them out, rip them open like so.
Okay.
Take that clam meat right out.
Wow, these are huge.
Yeah, seriously. This is why I wanted co-logs.
Throw it right up there. All right, so we are gonna restuff the shells though, right?
Yeah. So we're
It's
gonna
like
want to break them
recycling.
in half like so.
Okay.
Kind of like how you pick them up at the beach.
Okay. And we're gonna line the
Oh,
pan.
this one's still.
Now, all right, I'm gonna tell you this. When I was growing up, my mother made something called Clams Casino, which is a lot like this dish. And here's the neat thing. She took this mix, she brought it this far, and she would take whatever was left and she would freeze it. She'd keep the shells, she'd wash them and keep them in a box in the pantry. And if guests came and she needed a fancy hors d'oeuvre, she'd just take the shells out of the pantry. She'd have the mix in the freezer, almost like a thing of cookie dough, and slice the medallions, drop them in, and throw it in. So just remember that if you're making this at home, because I think we're gonna have a lot left.
Yeah, honestly, we could be making like 100 of these things.
So we're chopping the
Got enough of these
clams.
clams. Johnny, how often do you think you're eating clams on a regular basis?
Well, you know, we're not in New England here. We're in upstate New York, so we don't eat them as much as you guys do. What about you?
I'm more big on like the lobster rolls and the clams. I remember as a kid not liking seafood, but I started to grow like a appreciation for it. Oh, we might not.
I think everyone does.
Yeah.
You kind of grow into it.
And in these, it's just like chicken. So if you're apprehensive towards clams, give them a try. It tastes just like chicken. And I think we're running out of space.
It's just like chicken.
We're running out of.
That's
running
the
out of
famous thing to get someone to eat something they don't want.
But then you ask the
Eat
question.
it. It tastes like chicken.
What does chicken taste like at that point?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So-
more clam in there.
Again, we made a lot of mix, and I want things to kind of be at
Think
a
about it like that. I was gonna
proper
grab it back in the bowl.
I know, but I want it to be like at a proper consistency of
Yeah.
clam versus stuffing. All right, here we go. Am I doing this right? How
Yep.
full? How
Just
full?
pack them in. Just pack them
Like
in.
that?
Put as much as you can. in
Pack.
there.
Okay.
Go bananas in pajamas.
Bananas.
Bananas in pajamas.
Are we ready to put this in the oven or what? I'm just starving.
Look at that.
Okay.
I know. I'm ready to eat these.
Okay.
Personally. All right. Oh my goodness.
So
In there.
here are our stuffies. Okay. Now
those
let's
in there.
bake them in this. It won't take long, and I'm happy about that.
Oh, those look fantastic.
Oh, they're so hot.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, yes.
Who lays claim to which clang?
I mean, I like that one because it's kind of got some crustiness to it. That one's got beautiful color.
Yes, there's a nice mixture, especially the browning on the top right here.
Let's let them cool. While we do that, I want to ask you some things here. WPBS, obviously, you know, it's people's, you know, becoming members that really keeps things rolling at WPBS, right?
And it's super coincidental because we're about to go into our March membership. So PBS is such a big thing to be supporting. It goes into people need to be informed, better understand, and that's what PBS has always done. We've got about 8,000 members, 62% Canadian. Everything that happens at PBS, it's not possible without membership.
Yeah. You got all the great programming that you love, you know, that you've loved since you were a kid. And then you got new stuff too. There's so many great new programs on WPBS. And then there's great local shows like this.
Yeah, like we've got new programs like All Creatures Great and Small coming out, Call the Midwife, Leonardo da Vinci. We just had Whiz Quiz happen last fall.
You have a new host.
Yeah, Mel Bustler. He was incredible, wasn't he?
How do we get Rick Steves to be on the Johnny on Fire show? I'd love to have that guy.
We gotta give him a call. We gotta
needs-
get on WhatsApp.
Yeah. I know he usually is in Europe, but he should come tour the Thousand Islands and, you know, Eastern Ontario, upstate New York.
See, he'll start bringing stuff like Quahogs to the table.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I can't wait. And of course, your support really matters. So please become a member and help WPBS. These clam stuffies,
Yeah,
New England style.
I can barely get a thought together because I'm thinking about these clams.
All right, let's put some on some plates here.
right.
All right, which one you want?
I'm looking right at this one. This one's
here?
caught my attention.
Okay. I don't know, viewers. I don't know which one you would choose, but that does look like a
pick
good
that
one.
one.
You got some lemon here
Yeah,
too,
let's
right?
see. I'm gonna start by drizzling.
I'm gonna
a
go
little parsley
for
on it.
this one right here.
Like
This looks
so.
good. Okay.
I'm gonna pick up.
Hit me up with some parsley.
Each one. Parsley, I think. Parsley action.
Well, you took two?
Oh yeah. I was thinking of having 3 of these.
All right, you gonna squeeze a little lemon over them?
A little lemon on yours. You get first dibs.
Okay.
I have 2, so I'll do second.
Okay. All right. Here we go. These are stuffies from a real New Englander.
Straight from New England, guy. And I'm not just saying that because we have a guy up there named Guy.
Okay.
I can't touch these. Like, I was about to hold him. I can't. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Real good, bro.
Wow.
So good.
That lemon makes it taste even better. You can taste the lemon. Maybe I might have overdone it with the lemon now.
Yeah. Make these at home for the family. They'll absolutely love them. Obviously, you can get the recipe at WPBSTV.org. Look for all the Johnny on Fire episodes there as well, because it's fun to watch all the back episodes. You know, we've had over 24 that we filmed.
Yeah, we're on 23 right now.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for getting stuffed with us, making stuffies. I'm Johnny Spizzano. Check out the Dinner at Johnny's podcast. You can hear me on the Border 106.7 weekdays. And of course, we're here in the kitchen.
Well, we're going to keep enjoying these stuffies.
Real good. Does it remind you of home?